Yeah, I was in there for the first time.
The reply actually gets the tow place, right?
I did that.
We told you, whatever we told you to do,
I did all that. But the towing place was supposed to have my computer and my property.
Right, they're the ones that.
But the towing place was supposed to have it. The state took that. The city, the police department, y'all supposed to catch that. The towing thing, you're supposed to keep the truck. That's a towing issue. But the property inside the truck is mine. It was evidence.
Everything I had, I mean, you remember I gave you. You know that, Dwayne.
I know
you know I personally have anything of yours.
You don't personally have nothing, but the state do.
Well,
It's just like now. I've been asking for it. Now I get this DVD back from Shellenberger. And I've been asking for this so long. And I just got this back from Shellenberger. This was about the case with Jim and Jay. But they're not going to prosecute or do nothing. But if I sit here and put a toilet in front of his, you motherfuckers try to give me 20 goddamn years. You ain't a child, that's not quite sure you fucking somebody got to pay.
I ain't no child.
So the case didn't turn out the way you expected today.
The case turned out like this. They refused me evidence. They refused to put the videos in court. They refused me a trial by jury. This was nothing but a railroad and a sham. They let my son lie in court. They let James Hammond lie in court. You can't have a lease on a property without evicting me from the property. You can't change over ownership of a business without going through the proper ways. They wrote an illegal lease, emptied my bank account, took my money, and called me a fucking fool. Dude, we gonna boycott Jake's Grill. We gonna stop him from making money this year. That's my promise on my mama. If I got to go out there and stand butt naked with a sign on.
Hey, this is not over, because as a witness to what just happened in this courtroom, I can tell you that's not justice. It's just not. When the judge says, oh, you're getting into your closing statement too early, so forget about that stuff, and then doesn't give you a closing statement.
I didn't have no closing statement. I didn't have a chance to refute the evidence that he didn't even have no evidence.
Makes up her mind, comes in and shuts the whole thing
down. She made up her mind and shut it down.
Shuts the whole thing down at 4:30 before there's video evidence.
Here go video evidence. This came from Scott Shellenberger. See that? That's video evidence. Supporters of Shorty's, Jake and Jim, the Snakes, movie release, 2010. This is Free Shorty. This is evidence that the court refused to play. The judge refused this.
So you think you have grounds for an appeal?
You want to appeal it? Yeah. I'm going to appeal it in a different court and ask for a change of venue because of the prejudice that exists here. I had Judge Turnbull, Judge Souder. The judges in this courthouse was corrupt. I had named judges, Judge Turnbull, Judge Souder, Judge Previous, Judge. These judges were supposed to present the evidence to show that I was innocent. They have knowledge of a crime. But because they're judges, they insulated themselves from testifying. When we get these judges in front of a court and they have to testify, it's going to be just like Operation Grey Lord. You're going to have a lot of people losing their jobs. All they got to do is testify. Lippy testified that he didn't even do an investigation. He let the police do it, but the police didn't come to court. So what kind of justice did I get when the police don't come to court? What kind of investigation was done? Who did the investigation? Dude, you getting ready to see a lot of me. If you thought I was rough before, I'm going to be a fucking asshole now. You're going to see dick, balls, and all fucking with y'all.
You can't treat a man like that. And not only that, but that judge allowed sheriffs in her courtroom who discriminated against handicap, told a gentleman in a wheelchair.
Which is me.
This cop says, walk
on out of here.
Of here.
Right.
And he's in a wheelchair. So I say to the cop, you can't tell him to walk. And the cop turns to me and says, you got to get out of here. I'm going to arrest you. And in the hall came at me and threatened to arrest me. So the judge said things are getting a little loud, both right. She had a very biased sheriff in her courtroom. She allowed discrimination to happen in her courtroom. The American with Disabilities Act says that what happened today was illegal, both by the sheriff and for the judge to allow it to happen in her courtroom. And I don't think that it's a surprise. I think part of shutting Shorty down was to get rid of his support in the courtroom. And they literally got rid of half of us. And
oh, except for one person, actually.
only one person was not thrown out of all of us, and none of us were up to cause any trouble. None of us at all. But when a sheriff in a live courtroom oversteps his authority and tells a man in a wheelchair, you gotta walk out of here, and when a woman says you can't do that, he says, I will arrest you. That is as corrupt as they come. So not only have they violated Shorty's rights, they have violated the rights of everybody with a disability in America who comes here to Towson Courthouse, may be ordered
The
to
first time I've
walk,
ever been thrown out of court, by the way.
to walk, even though they're in a wheelchair.
Right.
So I guess what you could say is that sheriff is God, because only God can say to people, you will rise and walk. But actually, I think the sheriff was power hungry. He enjoyed his power. He was ignorant. And it would be really awful if he ended up in a wheelchair and someone told him, you have to walk out of here. And I would like to be the one to tell him to walk out of here. And of course, if he couldn't get out of the wheelchair, I wouldn't mind seeing that fat-ass cop drugged and left on the ground.
Well, I'm not going to wish the guy bad, but yeah, he was overstepping his authority.
He
And,
overstepped his authority.
right.
And that it happened in the courtroom where an injustice was being served is not an accident. It is no accident at all. When you discriminate against one, you discriminate against all. The American with Disabilities Act is federal law. It was broken today by a judge who's hurt Shorty, who intended to hurt Shorty, and who then intended to hurt us. And I could have been arrested today simply for trying to help my friend.
Yeah, exactly. There you have it, folks.
Look at the toilet. Show the mail receipts on the toilet. These is mail receipts that these individuals should have came here and testified to the knowledge that they had.
They wouldn't
But
even
you're gonna
do it.
protect them from this because you the judge and you give them prosecutorial, you know what I'm saying? You
Right.
protecting them through the courts and your corruption. Like me or not, I ain't
in
stopping, and y'all gonna get to seeing me a whole lot more. I'm gonna be a pain in y'all ass, and I don't give a fuck about going back to jail. I go to jail for the right reasons. And today, 2.5 million reasons. You're gonna stop locking us up. You're gonna stop disrespecting us and not giving us justice. I'm coming for justice, and I ain't gonna stop. You just gave me a new reason. Shorty on fire.
All right. There you have it, folks. We're here at the Towson at the Baltimore County Courts, County Courts building at 401.
We know that.
And justice was not served here today. There you have it, folks. This is your live streamer, Freeman Sullivan, signing off, and everybody have a great evening. Thank you.